Ah, what a beautiful review I just did. You know, sometimes when you gotta relax, you just gotta have a nice glass of Coke just to relax everything. Nothing could go possibly wrong at all. Wait a minute. This glass, this bottle of Coke, it's looking at me menacing. Perhaps this is the work of an enemy stand. I don't give a fuck, it still tastes nice. So, we just now saw in Diamond is Unbreakable probably the most intimidating bit of shrimp we've ever seen in JoJo. It's like Koichi is getting fed shrimp, and he's there with a face like, no! Like that. It's like, get me out of it. I can't stand this anymore. I'm like, yo, it's a bit of shrimp, Koichi. You're getting fed it. You're not, like, she's not trying to peel your foreskin like a banana or anything like that. Like, she ain't trying to, like, do anything like that. Like, and the funny thing is one of the funniest things about this episode and some of the villains in, like, part 4 is that they are actively against the story. They don't give a crap if they've been shot with the arrow or anything like that, like by like Okuyasu's brother. Like, they don't give a shit. They got their own agendas to take care of. Like Yamagishi Yukago, like, who actually is head over heels for Koichi, which ends up Koichi shitting himself throughout the entirety of this episode. I also like to give special mentions as, like, people noticed as well that we had a different version of the opening. I thought that was a real surprise. I was not actually expecting that at all. It's like none of, like, the visuals changed at all, but the thing was with the opening is that it went to, like, a more techno version, and to be truth be told, I actually like the original version more than I do, like, the techno one. It was a nice surprise. I was like, yeah, like, you know, mix up the opening a little bit. That's kind of cool to see that, but it just felt like it was really weird. I was expecting, like, oh, they're going to, like, change, like, all the silhouettes now to, like, people that we know from the episode. Honestly, the most thing I was upset about is, like, yeah, since this was a two-part and they tried to cram in as much story as possible in this episode, I was a little bit upset when they were saying, oh, actually, like, you know, we're not going to have, like, a ending from Savage Garden. It's like, oh, I love that fucking song so much, and I was a little bit upset. It's like when you get an episode of JoJo, like, from, like, part 1 and part 2, you don't hear Roundabout for a week. It's like with every JoJo, when I don't hear, like, the endings, I get really upset. The same thing can be said with the openings, but other than that, let's talk about Koichi's little issue with his girlfriend problem. So Okuyasu and fucking, like, I love this, like, Josuke are just there, like, walking around like the G's they are, and end up Koichi being at, like, a cafe, and he's like, well, what's, like, he doing over here? And this beautiful Bishoujo babe is there, talking to him, and he's like, I'm actually in love with you, Koichi. And Okuyasu's losing it, and he's like, this is bullshit! Why is he getting, like, the bitches like that? I'm like, I should deserve that. Like that, it's like, I've never had a girl tell me that she likes me. And I'm like, oh, Okuyasu, I wanted to be there. I wanted to be Josuke right there, just pat him on the back right there, say, it's alright, man, it's alright. Besides, when we find out that Koichi is just like, well, you know, I don't hate you, but it's like, you know, this is also random, and she loses her shit. And, like, Koichi's like, what the fuck is going on with all of this shit? And then he's like, there's hair in my fucking drink. And it's like, Josuke's, there's some shit going on here now. It's like, what the hell is going on? And finding out that she is a stand user as well, that her hair is working around it. And I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, this is a problem right now that we're dealing with this shit. Like, even, like Koichi's like, oh, I'm sorry about that whole, like, you know, all weird thing. And she's, like, stalking him, making him sweaters and stuff. And it's like, oh, I made you a meal, let me feed it to you. And Koichi has never looked so terrified in his life against a bit of fucking shrimp. He's like, it's like, whoa, like, calm down, Koichi. It's like, you know, like, trust me, I used to cook before. Shrimp's good for you, you know. It's alright to have a bit of fish in your body, you know. And then when the class president comes down, he's like, I don't give a fuck about this. I just came in to clean the trash out of here, like what his duties was. She snaps, like, puts her own strands of hair, like, on her whilst the bits are on fire, and makes sure that she can't move or anything, is that she's burning her hair. And Okuyasu's there, like, with his fucking handstand, trying to, like, use, like, everything right there. It's like, yo, I'm trying to, like, calm this shit down, you know, like, and it's like, don't worry about the new hairdo. And it's like, yeah, this bitch is bad for Koichi. We gotta push her away. And they're like, we don't want to fight her because, you know, obviously, like, she's not a threat. Like, she's not trying to act. She's not actively trying to be a threat and kill people. She, like, she cares about Koichi. She just doesn't want anything, like, happening about that. And it's like, right, we've got to make sure that she don't fall in love with it. So, both like Okuyasu and Josuke are like started spreading rumors like, oh, he's doing terrible in his fucking test. He can't, like, he's failing at this and that. He's shoplifting. He's like, he farts. He does all this shit. And like, Koichi's like, yo, don't make these rumors about me. Like, I don't want this shit. And then it just makes things even worse because she just, like, the bitch kidnaps him and then forces him, like, into a summer home where it's like, no, you're gonna have the proper etiquette. And if you don't answer these questions correctly, you're gonna eat something like asparagus with, like, fucking letters on them and, like, other weird shit, like an eraser. And I'm like, well then, that's concerning, like, for, like, the whole point. And then it's like, when he tries to actively cheat on the exam, she finds out and is like, you just made things even worse there. And it's just like, I love it though, just like the one bit of the episode when, like, him getting confessed is like he has the big shitting grin and Okuyasu is just fucking crying like a little bitch. He's like, no, this is bullshit. And just like, he's there, Koichi's like, yeah, I'm getting this babe right now. And then you get the crazy type. That is one thing that you never want. You don't want some bipolar bitch that 1 minute is like on your dick and then the next second she's using her stand hair like just to fuck you up. I think that situation though doesn't happen to too many people though. I don't remember the last time like I was dating a bitch and then her fucking hair stand just activated. Although that would be something you could bring up like when you're talking to your friends and all that about like previous relationships. I love that this like obviously this episode is gonna like be a two-parter and it definitely builds up suspense. It's like Koichi's still stuck at the house like, yo, let me go. She don't know I'm a stand user though, so obviously there's wacky bullshit that he can work around. Obviously we've seen what he like Echoes can actually do. His stand, it's like, yeah, we got some shit that we can do with this stand. So it's like, I'm looking forward to next week, like, for you guys to see, like, how exactly Koichi's gonna get out of this predicament. I guess that's the one thing about, like, reading the manga. Like, the manga is like, oh, like, I wonder what's gonna happen next week. Like, I know you guys are gonna go for that situation, but since I was just there with the manga, it's like, no, it's all there. So I can just see, like, I can finish that part of the manga, and there you go, I'm sorted. But it's just like, yeah. What I say is, like, for people and all that, like, what was the lesson that you learned after this JoJo episode? Don't date crazy bitches, especially one with stand powers. But other than that, yeah, like, I've never seen shrimp and drinks being most intimidating, and it, like, only JoJo can make shrimp intimidating. So, overall, I love this episode. Like, as always, I love JoJo. I thought it was fantastic. Like, definitely getting a lot of time for, like, Josuke, Koichi, Okuyasu, everyone's getting their time to shine. It isn't just the Josuke show. It's like everyone, like, out of the main crew, it's like they're all getting their, like, equal part right now. And I say, like, at the moment, Josuke and, like Alvin and Koichi have had probably the most parts in it, but then it's like Okuyasu's kind of the side guy. There's like, you know, everyone will get their moment to shine, but on that, love the episode as always, and, you know, I'm not really going to score it because, like, I'm so biased when it comes to JoJo. I just, like, want to talk about this just because I love the show so much, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Did you love this episode of Diamond is Unbreakable? Are you scared of crazy bitches now? Like, you should be, especially ones with stands, but that's all from me, so thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next time.